Here we are at example 11 from our 2.4 number 1 set of notes. We're asked to write the equation of a line that is parallel with our y-axis and passes through this point 0,3. So if I just go ahead and draw an xy plane, we are looking for a line that is parallel to our y-axis. In other words, we should see a line doing something like this that's parallel with that y-axis. But the kicker again is that it has to pass through this point 0,3. So the point 0,3 happens to be about 0,3 happens to be right there, and it has to be parallel with our y-axis. Well, in order for this to be parallel, we can see all these different lines are in fact parallel, but it also has to pass through this particular point. Well, there we can see that this red line is now passing through that point 0,3, and in fact it is also parallel with our y-axis. And that just so happens to be the line x equals 0. In other words, our x values aren't moving left or right any. But our y values can be anything. Again, if we don't have a y here, y can literally be anything. And that's why we have a bunch of different y values. So as a result, our line comes out to again just be x equals 0. This in standard form is the exact same thing as saying x equals 0, where our coefficient for x, if it's not written, it's assumed it's 1. There still technically is a y here, just the coefficient for y happens to be 0. Thus, anything times 0 is pretty much gone. So it still follows that standard form. Again though, that is example 11 from our 2.4 number 1 set of notes.